welcome to World of Braiding and Extensions channel. My name is Joy Fido, and today I'm going to be bringing you something really exciting and amazing as always. Now you know what we represent. We represent sharing knowledge. We represent sharing information. We represent sharing skill. But for World of Braiding and Extensions in particular, what we tend to do is we educate you and kind of train you with skills and information and things that will help you grow your business if hair was your business, or things that will help you understand what your stylist is doing to your hair when you go to the salon to get your hair done, and then the stylist is not aware of what's latest and what's going on. You could be saying, no, this is not how it's done, this is how it's done, and this is the best way, I've seen it before, someone showed it on YouTube. And so that's the kind of knowledge we bring across to you. That's the kind of information we like to share with you. So today we're coming to you with something really exciting, like I said, and we're going to get deep straight into it. Welcome on board. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to be welcoming you to this great product that we have come up with. And we've talked about it in hints, some of our other videos, and I know I've put images about them on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. But we haven't officially shown you what it is. We've used it as well sometimes when we're working on hair. But today we actually want to introduce to you our bundles of joy. Now this is our hair extensions package. So we've been listening to all the questions, we've been listening to all the problems, we've been listening to all the inquiries, and we had to do something about it. So we came up with our product that will help answer these questions. And it's always been centered around braiding and what extensions to use when I braid, which one will do a great job, which one will sit in better, which one will finish good. So all of these issues have been put into action. And because we are the experts at this, we don't want to let you go out there and be misled by other people who really don't understand braiding. I know sometimes when my clients are coming to get their hair done and I say to them, get XYZ hair, and then they say, but the shopkeeper was saying something like that, like this and that to me, and I say to them, does the shopkeeper braid hair? And so for as long as whoever you're getting these materials from does not really know what the action of braiding is, I don't think they're in a good place and a good position to be advising you on what is best. And that's what we bring on board. We bring expertise on board. And so this expertise is what we put together to create these fantastic hair extensions that we call bundles of joy. And bundles of joy is just making you realize that when you get these hair extensions that we work with, that we recommend, that we have given our stamp and we have put our reputation on, you're going to be happy with it. Hence bundles of joy. So that's the packaging you'll be getting in the post when you order our hair extensions at the moment. Again, in some of the videos we've said we haven't gone over the top to package what's out of this world, because we have gone over the top to put the best product into the package. And that's what counts, what's in the package, not the packaging itself. So bundles of joy, what's so great about this particular one? Remember, bundles of joy, we got them across range. All the textures, you're going to be having them. And one of our biggest slogan about this is we say because we know hair. That's why we've created bundles of joy, because we know hair. So this particular video we're coming to you with is about the synthetic range, or the Senegalese, like some people love to call it. Now the Senegalese is a type of hair extensions purely for braiding. And what has gone a step further away from what braiding used to be is when the braiding became so heavy and people never liked it. So when braiding was really heavy and the tips were so blunt and people had to burn the tips, and it used to mess around with the clothes, so things got really rough with braiding. It had a really rough time. And so with the complaints people were making, so the manufacturer started dreaming, what should we do next? And so newer types of extensions came into being, hence the lighter hairs, hence the extremely longer hairs. And so normally, as we know it, they still come in long strips, and then they completely blunt. Now that's what we want you to know, that is changed. Now when you try to braid with a blunt head of braids or head of hair extensions, your braids don't look good. And that's where the questions were coming from. That's where people were complaining. And this is a big issue across the industry. And there are still so many people who have no idea how to work with this. And in training, I try to teach my students, but I know it's still one of those things that you have to be really good at. And we have perfected this. And so the bundles of joy we're presenting to you today, which is the Kaneke long range, is called the pre-tipped extensions for braiding. And what we mean by pre-tipped is hair that carries on and completely feathers at the tip. You hear some people call it feathers. You see how it goes. And some people call it natural tip. So we like to call it the pre-tipped. Pre-tipped means we have created the tips to be ready for you to work with. Natural tips. So what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to show you the lengths that these hairs come in. They come in various lengths. And then what I'll then do is talk to you about some of the great things about this hair that's already been pre-tipped. And then we're going to take it from there. So pre-tipped hair extensions for braiding. Why should anybody be interested in a pre-tipped hair extensions for braiding? What I'm going to do, I'm going to talk you through the benefits, the things you're going to be gaining from it. And then I'm going to talk you through some of the features that this type of hair brings on board. So what are the benefits? It's going to save you hair extensions. If you've ever struggled trying to get this hair to give you that kind of tip you're looking for, I have seen this in action, and I've seen lots of people, they have no idea what tools to use in actually achieving this. So what happens? They end up dragging and pulling these hair extensions, and 3/4 of the time, the brush, if they did use the brush, is full with hair. The hair ends up on the floor. And okay, the health and safety part of it is if it's on the floor, people are prone to walk over the hair and slip and fall. Then all of that hair ends up in the bin. And so let's say your client comes with hair and says, this is what I want you to work with for my hair. And you end up making her lose all the hair because all of it is in the bin. This has happened to me in the past. I traveled to Nigeria to get my hair done while I was there, and not because I wanted to get my hair done. And I had these little girls, you know what we're like back home, and they were getting my hair done, and I had to, because I do like really long braids when I do wear them. So I went for about 10 bags of hair extensions, and I'm telling you, half of that hair was in the bin. I was practically cringing each time they were trying to brush it, because I just knew that was my money in the bin. So when your client comes with hair, you want to protect their hair, you want to take care of their hair, so at least the hair is on their head, not in the bin. So to me, what it feels like is your money is actually in the bin, because if the money is spent on the hair and the hair is in the bin, that's your money in the bin. So save yourself that stress and that ridiculous pressure of trying to create what you don't know how to create. So you're going to save the hair extensions. You're going to save the clients the hair extensions, invariably saving her money. So you're also saving on wastage. So you're not putting other hair extensions in the bin. So wastage is eliminated. So we've eliminated the problem of wasting the hair. We've eliminated the problem of the extensions. We've eliminated the problem of you wasting your client's money. You also save time. Trust me, when you try to prepare this hair and your client is sitting down there waiting for you to get her hair done, sometimes, depending on the style you're going to work with, I mean, I've had people who want a full head of box braids that's as long as Solange likes wearing, right up to the bum and things like that. And if we're looking at box braids and we're thinking really, thick strands of braids, so that's a lot of extensions you're going to be working with. So can you imagine having to be under the pressure of preparing this hair ready for braiding? That's what happens. So when you have to deal with that, then you lose. Your time goes, most of the time you would have used in braiding ends up with preparing hair. And that's why people tend to say braiding takes so long to do. So the time you would have used in getting on with your braiding, which we know naturally is time consuming, you're not wasting it starting to prepare the hair. You're also going to get absolutely perfect length from us, because when we tell you which is what it is, you're going to have lengths like 14 inches, you're going to get lengths like 18 inches, you're going to get lengths like 20 inches, you're going to get lengths like 24, 25 inches, you're going to get lengths like between 30 to 32 inches. That's about what Solange wears. You could get even longer lengths, extremely long lengths, where we just stretch it out all the way, and it could get as far as maybe 40, 45 inches. So when we tell you a length is 18 inches, it is going to be 18 inches. Now this is what happens when people are not completely aware of this. Again, this happened to me. I like to use my experiences. I went again to Nigeria. I love to get my hair done there sometimes. And so I went to get my hair done, and I wanted a certain length. I told them this is the length I want. And it did not get anywhere near that length. Even my children, and I've taught to know how to get these hairs ready, do a better job than these girls did. Because the hair was nowhere near the length I wanted. And naturally, you sat down there, you've taken the time, because usually when you take a trip, you're under pressure, your time is so tied to various things. You don't have them say, okay, take it out, let me redo it, or let me go somewhere else and get it done. So you just live with it. And I didn't like that at all. So when I said to you, and a length is 18, you're going to have 18. And so that's what we bring on board. Because people who are learning to work with this method of getting hair ready, they don't know what length will come out when they start getting it ready. And it's one of the things I try to teach in class, where I'm really showing you how you can achieve this length properly. But again, it's something that comes with time. And obviously, why we say, because we know hair, we have perfected these skills over time. So when we say to you a length is a length, it's guaranteed. So it's guaranteed length. No more confusion about what to do when you're trying to prepare this hair. What should I do? Will the hair be all over the floor? Will it be all over the brush? And then that added pressure and tension of my client is sitting right there and she's waiting for me to get this hair ready. I mean, I've had instances where clients would say to me, I want it up to a certain length. And then I prepare the hair, and then they come and they change their mind and say, no, actually I want it less. And can you imagine the stress again, the pressure you're under to make sure the client gets the right length. So these are all the things that we're bringing on board. So no more confusion. You're going to save money. You're going to save time. You're guaranteed length. And this way of getting this hair ready for you is great for everyone who wants to be the best at what they do with braids. And I'm going to talk to you, we're going to chat about the various types of hairstyles you could be making with this perfect Bundles of Joy pre-tipped extensions for braiding. And that's why this doll is here, because I'm going to just guide you through some of the basic ones. So we just finished talking about the benefits of having this hair. But let me just take you through some of the features of this hair. Now you see it in my hands. What you're going to get out of this is a tangle free hair extension. You see how I'm brushing this hair? Nothing is stopping my brush. That's what we know as tangle free. So you can easily brush the hair and work with it. Tangle free. You're going to find that there's really nothing inside the brush. So you see the brush looking practically empty. Now when you work with people who have no idea, or you struggle to create your hair, all of it ends up in the brush. But this is a professionally made pre-tipped hair ready for braiding. You're going to find that it's extremely light as well, and this is what comes when you've done a great job. The hair becomes so light, and your clients no longer have this issue of that braid was so heavy on my head. And this is what the big difference is. Now this is hair that's been pre-tipped, and this is hair that hasn't been pre-tipped. If you look at the tips, you see how blunt it is. Now this is what lots of people struggle with. And I tell you, I get calls all the time. People saying, I tried creating my Senegalese twist and I couldn't get it because the hair kept unraveling. So that's what you're going to get. If the hair is blunt compared to hair that's already been pre-tipped, it's not going to create you good hair at all. It's not going to create good braids at all. This will come out immediately. So what you're going to get with this is no more unraveled look. And this is what normally will come in the bag. So with this, you get great styles. You get light hair. It's completely tangle free. And that's what we're bringing on board for you to work with today. So the next thing you're going to also, what I want you to also note is, this is an example of hair straight from a bag. You see how long it is. So if you are buying a regular hair extensions, this is what you will get. Just extremely long hair that makes no sense, because at this stage you don't know what to do with this. But when you're getting the bundles of joy, this is what you get. So if you were looking for black, which they all come in different colors, this is black. And this is color 30. We have them in all colors, and that's what today's video is all about. For you to know that this hair exists and you no longer need to struggle with this in order to create your braids. So what styles could you use bundles of joy to work with? You could work with the Ghana cornrow. It's one of those really, really beautiful type of cornrows. Some people call it a pencil cornrow because it starts from the beginning really thin and it gets bigger and bigger. And we have DVDs for all these hairstyles that I'm going to be mentioning. There are DVDs for all of them. So whichever one takes your fancy, you can buy them. Or better still, you can go for a full package, which we've talked about so much. Now this is the home certification program. And everything I'm going to be talking about today is in this package. So if you were really keen on getting into this industry, this is your starting point. This is where you get everything you're looking for in one box. Everything in the industry of braiding in one box. So the box braids you can create with that. And what I'm going to do is just show you some of the ones we've done before. And that is an example of a Ghana cornrow. Again, another thing you could do is go on, you're on our channel already, just type in some of these names that I'm mentioning. That way it will save you having to wonder what hair I'm talking about or hairstyle I'm talking about. So we have the Ghana cornrow, and then we have the box braids, which is one of our really, really popular hairstyle. When we created that box braids video, it became one of the biggest things that braiding has seen. So this hairstyle, this is the hair we use in creating that box braids. Pick and drop is another style that works really well with this hair. And so again, you can go on our channel and check it out. Tree braid weave. This is the one we have here, an example of a strand here. This hair is one of my favorite hair for creating the tree braid weave. We have videos of it, and we have it in the package that I showed you earlier. And then we also have them for you to view on our channel. Senegalese twist. Now that's one of the biggest one. Why is it one of the biggest one? That's the one that people struggle to work with if the hair they're working with is blunt. Because with Senegalese twist, even when you try and dip it in water, if the tips are not properly feathered or pre-tipped, the hair is going to completely unravel itself. And that's where Bundles of Joy comes in. And so these are some of the styles you can work with. So box braids, Ghana cornrow, pick and drop, 3-braid weave, Senegalese twist. So we're looking at 5 amazing hairstyles with one type of hair, plus many more that still keeps coming every day. So the choice is yours to decide what's going to make sense to you. So remember all the various techniques I've talked about, all the different styles I've talked about in braiding. Now there's something you really must know, which is the big difference between 100% human hair and Senegalese or synthetic hair. Synthetic hair, your hand is in the middle when you're ready to work with it. So when we're talking this measurement, which I luckily have a tape measure with me, we're talking right from the point where your braiding fingers goes, right from the middle and all the way down. That's what we have measured for you. And so in this case it's actually 26, but we can call it 25 or 26. So this is what we're talking about. It's just the one length where your braiding fingers go, and this is how your hair goes down. This is different from human hair, 100% human hair, where one side is blunt, so they cut the one side. If we were looking at human hair, one tip, one side of it is blunt like that, and then it feathers down. That's different, and that's what they measure, and they say to you 24 inches and 30 inches or whatever. We're not measuring that. We are measuring right from the middle down, because that's how you braid hair. Yeah? So that's the measurement you're getting. Your 14 inches, your 18 inches, 20 inches, 25, 30, 32, including 40, is coming right from the middle all the way down. So when you make your order, you will specify what length you want and what color you want. Because like we said, we got all the colors and this length that we've mentioned. We're gonna write them again in the description box so it makes things a lot easier, so you're not wondering what did she really say or what did she really mean. So you can order this hair for your personal use, so you can get it, and because you obviously, we've talked about saving money, you don't want that hairstylist to brush this hair and put everything in the bin and make you spend more money and buy more hair. So you come to us. Now trust me, you're not going to find this hair in any of the hair stores. They don't know how to work with hair. And that's what we say, because we know hair. We're the experts at this. So order it and use it for your personal use. Or if you have your salon and again you're still struggling with this, you have no idea what we're talking about, we like to work with wholesalers. So if you know you get lots of inquiries, people are going to come to you and ask for this hair type, just order it off us, and we're more than happy to work with you on a scale that you're going to make sure you make your profit as well while working with this. So Bundles of Joy is here, and we're excited to work with you with this hair range. All this information, as usual, we're going to put it on all our social media. So it's going to be on Instagram, Joy Fido, or follow us, World of Braiding. Facebook as well, World of Braiding and Extensions. There's World of Braiding, and then there's Joy Fido. And then we have a blog site as well. We have our LinkedIn site as well, Joy Fido. And thank you so much to all the people who've been congratulating us about our award. We are excited. I mean, we could never have done it without your support. So with you on our side, we're constantly evolving and bringing new things on board. Things that you ask us, we find solutions to them. And that's what's made us who we are. That's what's made us this international educator on natural hair care, Afro hair care, you name it, we're here to support you. So thank you so much for watching this video. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video. And as usual, feel free to send us your questions. Email us info@worldofbraiding.com, joy@worldofbraiding.com, and you can phone us. We put our phone numbers there all the time. Now, this is something we've always meant to talk to you about. When you're calling us from the US, we get people who get so confused about calling us from the US. You have to put in +44 before you dial our numbers. But I think calling from the US, you write 011. Am I right on that? Yes. 011, then 44, then our number. That will make life really easy for you, and you will get through. Because we keep hearing people say, I kept trying, I couldn't get through. That's because you haven't got the right combination. And we had some people who actually had to ask their colleagues, how do I call the UK? So if you're having problems, ask anyone you know who's tried calling the UK in the past, and they will guide you. But that's the trick. 011, then 44 before our number, 1702-339-858. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thanks again for being a major part of us. We could not be anything without you. We appreciate your support. Thank you.